What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Hypocritical AF podcast. I'm your host, Albert Fig, and this week's episode is unfortunately done via Zoom on my webcam because I still have yet to get my camera equipment. What is taking forever? That's what I want to know. I was told it was going to be a week and a half, and it's definitely passed it already. And I think I'm supposed to get it tomorrow, but tomorrow is kind of pushing it. I already have something already scheduled, and also deadlines, and I have a time frame for when I like to record, and I have a time frame of when I like to drop. So it's not as necessarily ideal for it to be, coming out this late and everything. I mean, it's still going to be on time for you guys, you know what I mean? But when I like to record is definitely not ideal. And unfortunately, we're just rolling with the punches, doing it via Zoom. And when I say via Zoom, it's kind of like weird because that's like I'm using the platform or this audio thing or this video chat, whatever you want to call it. I'm using Zoom, but there's no one on the other side. I'm literally just using this to record, just to have it on. You know what I'm saying? And I could have done other things, like looking at it. I could have rented equipment out, but it sucks because I'm kind of at the mercy of the rental places that have their hours of operations. You know what I'm saying? And rightfully so. Like, I get it. But unfortunately, it's like it'd be a pain in the ass and a pain times two to try to make those cutoff times with work and having my little man with me and just traffic, But those are all the little inconveniences and stuff that no one really cares about or really wants to hear. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to give an explanation as to why it's not looking as good and the quality is not there as normal, and even the sound. So another thing that sucks, for whatever reason, I can't find my SD card, and so I can't even record directly to this interface. And even the what I'm using right now on my lap and on the laptop is what you can hear. Luckily, I still have some power to use the mic, but it's just some little audio stuff that's going on, and I'm at the mercy of the Zoom one. But I'm sure I can get like some audio stuff going there. So that's been a small hiccup. That's why it sucks, because like what was supposed to be episode 7 and 77 ended up being episode 76 with Slap and Jeffrey. So that one was originally scheduled to be episode 77. The scheduled date that it came out on 420, that we reached that. That was already scheduled on that specific date, and it was scheduled for that date. And everything was like being planned and circulated around that. So the date itself was great, but the episode number or the episode count, that's the only thing that made it a bit different. You know what I mean? It was supposed to be episode 76. No, sorry. It was supposed to be episode 77 when it turned out to be episode 76. And the reason being is because my camera I had issues with it, partly my fault. And this is a learning lesson. So this is what I want to get into right away on this one too. So there's learning lessons and curves in everything, right? Every little thing you could turn an L into a lesson. And the only things you can really gain from stuff like that is the knowledge. You know what I mean? So here's mistake on my part. Keynote number 1. To try to look up things or fix things on your own, cool. Be careful with YouTube. There's YouTube University and stuff like that. And there's, I don't want to make it seem like don't use YouTube, because I definitely do use it as well. But be careful, because it could hinder some things. And I made a mistake that it fixed one problem, but it created another issue that was out of my control and out of my realm of, operations, as you would say. So I ended up making the small problem to a bigger problem, my fault. And I learned from that. And because of that is why I was not able to, but like, this is why I'm like being held back on these type of things. But nonetheless, I promise you, by next week, we'll be back to our regularly scheduled program with the audio and video. But I also learned that how unprepared and unreliable I am, not even unreliable, but how unprepared I am for contingencies or mishaps or stuff that can happen, So now that this happened going forward, I'm definitely coming up with a backup plan to prevent something like this from happening again in the future. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, yeah, I definitely need to come up with a better backup plan for when this does happen. So that way it's not delayed like this, or I have to resort to, going back and not having one week. And also too, it wasn't like it was solely dependent on, freaking the equipment. There was like some scheduling issues. Like I could have done the via Zoom one, but there was some scheduling issues with that as far as like the guests that I was gonna have on. And when I say issues, it's never really like oh, like this was a problem to get in at during this time, or or it was like I didn't give like a proper heads up. It's more so like trying to adjust on the fly last minute. Not everybody has lives, you know what I'm saying? So you can't just expect someone to hop in and be like, yo, like fucking the night of, or you know what I'm saying, just a couple hours beforehand. Not everybody has your schedule. So there's pros and cons to that. The fact that not everybody has your exact schedules. Pros and cons for everything. But that's with anything, right? So going forward, yeah, definitely gonna have a better backup plan for this to prevent these type of things from going on. And it's honestly just like not even just podcasting wise, it's everything in general, you should have more contingency plans and backup plans for things that might or may not happen with you in your own fucking personal life, in your own professional life, in your own relationship, in your own parenting life. I don't know, whatever it is, you know what I mean? Just just be prepared. And it actually opened up and thought about this little, I don't even call it a project necessarily, but this upcoming thing that we have planned, and this upcoming thing that we're going to be doing, when it comes to being related to the podcast. I'm even thinking about things that can possibly go wrong in the future for that stuff. So I'm already planning and having backup stuff for that. You know what I'm saying? So I guess, in some ways you can say it is a blessing in disguise. You know what I mean? And I know some people don't, necessarily fall into that, or say, don't believe in those things when they say, when they don't believe in everything happens for a reason and stuff like that. Talked about it before on previous episodes, and I get it. I get both sides. I definitely hear both sides, and I definitely see both sides of the token. But for me, like I said, I'm going to take it as a blessing in disguise, as far as knowing what I need to do to adjust, knowing what I need to do to have backup plans with everything, and also just doing me when it's the same shit I always do, bro, which is roll with the punches, adjust, adapt. And it's been serving me well for however long, I've been going with this. But it is interesting in how much it can affect and how much it changes your mood. You know what I'm saying? Like, if something doesn't go accordingly, you can easily be like, man, that sucks. It fucking frustrating, and it could change and alter your mood in that day, right? What you can do to combat that or to counter that is all that energy you might be spending into putting yourself down or feeling down on yourself, put that same energy into just thinking of what ways you can adjust to it. Put that same energy in thinking of ways where you can overcome it and adapt and create. You know what I mean? Like, you just keep it pushing. Keep that same energy, so that way you don't let that shit affect your mood so much. You don't get hella stressful or stressed out, and you just adjust. You know what I'm saying? You could apply that simple roles and simple fucking mentality to just everything, not just, like I said, when I'm coming from just talking about podcasting. It's not secluded to just that, but it is interesting, like how it makes you feel. So, and I know it's kind of like, what are you going with this, or what are you saying? It's just how I've felt during that time, or during these last few weeks, which has been like adjust, create, and adapt. And we are definitely doing that. And like I said, I've done all the stuff I needed to do. And by next week's episode, everything will be back to normal. I'm not even gonna say should be. I promise you everything's gonna be back to normal. Forget about that should. I've already learned and adapted. Everything will be back to normal by next week. So that was been the small little update for that. Okay. Moving on from that, I'm going to dabble a little bit into sports. So if you're not a sports fan, or if you don't care to hear about sports, sorry. Fast forward, or you could tune in to listen. Yo, the Nets got swept by the Boston Celtics. Not just the Nets, yo. We're talking about the Nets with the Kyrie, with the Kevin Durant, with formerly having James Harden. I mean, he didn't play in the playoffs, but they had James Harden at one point. So think about that. Did James Harden make the right move or not? Because James Harden is still in the playoffs. By a thread, still in the playoffs, though. You know what I'm saying? With Philly. Did he make the right move? Did the Nets make the right move? Interesting. Very good topic of conversation. And, you know, definitely up for debate as far as who was the one that came victorious in the trade. I don't know. I guess we'll see, because it's not like an exit out the first round is an exit out the first round. A sweep obviously stings a little more and it hurts a little more. But if you get exit out the first round, whether you lose in 6 or lose in 7, you still exit out the first round. So if James Harden and the 76ers don't make it, it's still kind of like you both kind of lost, because you both got, you know what I'm saying? You both are out in the playoffs in the first round. I don't know. I don't know who's the winner or who was the L on this one, but I'll say that it's very unfortunate, because I'm a Kyrie fan. I'm a Kevin Durant fan. Skills-wise, obviously my team is the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? You see Kobe up here. That's my team, and it always will be. But I'm a fan of KD and I'm a fan of Kyrie. So to see them go exit out like that in the first round, it's like, man, it's unfortunate. But, you know, all credits to the Celtics, because to their defense, they've been, you know what I mean? They've been up on that hill and they never like necessarily were able to get over that hump. You know what I mean? They've been close to the fucking finish line, but never been able to get that last little quarter stretch. You know what I'm saying? They've been in the playoffs hella times. They've met the Nets plenty of times. They've met, whether the time when it was in the East with LeBron, they've met them. They've always made it, you know, to a certain level. They never got over this hump. Now, granted, I get it. It's just the first round, but this is a massive first round to be, you know, to be able to sweep the fucking Nets. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Blake Griffin. What's dude's name? What's his name? He played for the Pistons. Was with the Lakers for a little bit. Andre Drummond. Come on, yo. Like, I get it. He's not exactly what he used to be, but it's still Andre Drummond. You feel me? Patty Mills. Steve Nash is your head coach. Suspect. I know. But still, my point is that, like, this is a strong fucking outing in the first round, and it's definitely motivating. It got to be, for them, it's got to be a big push. Going into the second round with this long of a rest, they got to be motivated, yo. And matchups make everything in the playoffs. So I wonder who they're going to be playing in this second round. I don't know, yo. The Heat are looking good. The Bucks are looking good. The 76ers are like right there. So the East is hot right now. The East is loading up. And side note on that, yo, to be honest, this is gonna be my early picks for the NBA Finals. Golden State. I think the Warriors are gonna go all the way to the finals. Golden State. And I'm finna say Golden State and Celtics. Yeah. Golden State, Boston, Warriors, Celtics. That's my early predictions for the NBA Finals. Y'all heard it here first. I'm not saying it's guaranteed going to happen, but that's my early predictions. I mean, we're in the first round, so it's not like it's crazy early, but yeah, Celtics, Warriors. Okay. That's my that's my up to the minute sports with our Fig, Hypocritical AF podcast. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure you hit that subscribe. Moving on. So the thing that's been like almost avoidable, what has been dominating the news lately, which the reason why I say unavoidable is because I can literally, like, I turn on the news, it's there. I go on YouTube, it's there. I open up Instagram, is there. Twitter is there. Conversations with your friends is there. Like, and I'm referencing the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trials. It's kind of like, I don't know what to make of it. Like, this is when it would be fucking cool to have a person on right now to talk about it, because I don't know what the hell to make of it. Only because this is how I feel about it, and I don't know how y'all feel about it. But me personally, I don't like when stuff like this gets played out and aired out like in the general public. Like this type of thing, you know what I'm saying, that's going on in court right now. I mean, people are tuning into it, obviously, so because like the stature, you know, and the levels of the two people involved. But it's kind of like unfortunate. Like, yeah, it's cool, I guess, because we're nosy and we like the entertainment and we like the gossip and we like to like know about shit, you know. But it's like unfortunate when it's specifically what's going on right now, you know what I mean, between their past marriage and all the physical stuff and all the word stuff. It's like, I get if you want to do recaps or, you know, if the whole thing is done, if you want to like, you know, chime in on it or, you know, cover it and stuff like that. But day to day or week by week for as long as it's been going on, and to like dissect it and break everything down, like that's just, it's unfortunate. You know what I mean? It sucks. You know what I'm saying? The good news is he's not going to play Jack Sparrow again. That's the good news. Okay. I was never a crazy big, you know, Pirates of the Caribbean fan. Let me move this a little bit. I was never a big, you know, Captain Jack Sparrow fan. You know what I'm saying? I know it's like a big Disney thing, and I know a lot of people, like kids, grew up on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Or like a lot of people go to like these events and stuff like that, dress as him. I know it's a big like Halloween type thing that everybody, you know, likes, but me personally, bro, I'm good off Captain Jack Sparrow. So the good thing is he doesn't have to make another one of those. He's also, it's like you know what it is? It's like the Fast and the Furious movies. Do we really need 10? You know what I'm saying? I don't know whenever Pirates of the Caribbean is on. I know it's like past 4, right? Do we really need to go past 4? Weren't we good with the trilogy? We're good with the trilogy. We didn't really need to go 10. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm talking about the Fast and Furious. Same thing. Fast and the Furious 1, 2, the Tokyo Drift joint. That shit, cool. You want to do the Fast 5, you know, because FF? Okay, I can see that. Realistically, though, the Fast and Furious should have ended when Paul Walker unfortunately passed. That's when it should have stopped. I mean, motherfuckers are, what's next? They're going to be fighting on Mars, SpaceX. They sent the Tesla to the moon. Now they're going to send, you know what I'm saying, Vin Diesel and what's the dude? Hobbs and Sean. Is it Sean? Sean and Hobbs? Who is it? I don't know who it is, but where are they going to send them next? My thing too is like, yo, you want to make a good Fast and the Furious movie? Here's my pitch for making a good Fast and the Furious movie, right? Here's Fast 11. Here it is. You ready? Yo, solve the gas price problem. There it is. Send the F11 crew to go figure out what's going on. Send them to go get the gas and bring it back. They want to go hijack some shit and steal some shit, steal some gas, bring it to the people, bring it back down to like the 2s. You know what I'm saying? Back when life was good. Bring it back to the 2s. We don't need this high fucking fluctuating prices that keep going up and down. But it's consistently above 5, but under 6. But sometimes at 6, depending on where you go. Sometimes at 7 for Supreme, depending on where you go. You know what I'm saying? Send Fast 11. We don't need it. Pirates of the Caribbean. Yo, thank you. We're good. But yeah, it's unfortunate to see, you know, that stuff play out. Kind of sucks. I mean, there's definitely some quotables in there. There's definitely some like funny moments, and you know, not gonna lie, there's been some pretty funny memes. And that's what I'm saying. Like it's all to our entertainment. You know what I mean? Because we like that. We want to be entertained by that stuff. And in a weird. I don't know why I said it 3 times, but in a weird way, it like makes them more relatable and more real, as if they weren't already just human beings. It makes them a little bit more relatable in that they're like, you know, they are going through the same shit that, you know, people like us may be going through. They think like us, or they say some shit that we would normally do. You know what I'm saying? So maybe it's that, or fallacies. Maybe it's just people, you know, they like to see a downfall. Or maybe there is, because that is true actually. Now that I think about it, there is people that like enjoy, like thoroughly enjoy to watch celebrities just fucking plummet. You know what I'm saying? There are people like that. Very strange, but there are people like that that like to see that type of thing. And you know what? Even furthermore, too, you don't even have to like categorize it or put it into one specific celebrity or that genre. You could just say people in general. They just want to see your downfall. T Grizzly said it. They preying on his downfall. You feel me? First day out. If you catch that drift, or if you catch that reference. But yeah, so I mean, I'm avoiding it. Like I said, it's as much as I can, but it's unavoidable. I'm just not trying to like, you know, I feel nosy, bro. Like, you ever like been around like people, like if you're at, say if you're eating for lunch, you know what I'm saying? Or you're at dinner, whatever setting you want. I don't care if it's breakfast or if it's mimosas, right? Brunch. But you know, like when there's always that one person in the group that like eavesdrops, you know what I'm saying? They eavesdrop in a conversation from the other side of the fucking room. And you could tell that they're eavesdropping because you're talking to them, but they're not really paying attention to you. They're not really looking to you other than the simple uh-huhs. But you know that they're listening to other shit that's there. You know what I'm saying? They're eavesdropping on the other conversation from over there. It's like that. That's what I feel like I'm doing every time I watch one of the damn videos. And a lot of times it's like, I'm not even clicking on it. Yo, I just move on the next little reel or the next little thing and it pops up. And I feel like I'm eavesdropping on every conversation. Now, granted, you could say that about, you know, a bunch of other videos, but that one specifically, I'm just like, I'm kind of like over it. Maybe it's because it feels like it's been dragging on for way too long. Yo, make a decision. I don't even know what exactly they're trying to go after for. That's how far removed I am from it. I don't even know what they're exactly trying to do or accomplish here. Like, what is the end game from this? I know one person's trying to sue and one person's trying to counter sue, or maybe it's both of them trying to sue. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't even know. Make a decision. Let's get this shit going. Convict who you got to convict. You know what I'm saying? Get one person out. I'm good with that. Anyway, music. That's what I wanted to talk about next. There's like 4 weeks straight of just fire music. I saw this meme and it was like, yo, these next 4 weeks are going to be fire. I mean, it started with Pusha T. And I want to say, so Pusha T, It's Almost Dry. And then it's Future. I want to say it's called, what is it? I Never Liked You, some shit like that. And then after that is I want to say it's Jack Harlow. Yeah. They Miss You, some shit like that. And then the big one, the fucking big one, Kendrick Lamar. I want to say like May 13th, something like that. Don't quote me. I don't know exactly yet because I'm not looking at it right here on my phone, even though I have it right here to look at the Kendrick Lamar album. Damn near 6 years in the making. 7 years, 6, 7 years, whatever, since that damn album. Damn it. That's how long it's been. Pusha T's album, dope. Dope. No pun intended. Dope. I genuinely fucking enjoyed it. And it was it depends on what high of a standard you have it, you know what I'm saying? Or what expectations you had going into it. You might be disappointed or you might be overwhelmed with it, or it might just surpass your expectations. I listened to The Breakfast Club religiously, and I remember Charlamagne talking about saying that this is Pusha T's most recent album, or this one, It's Almost Dry, was his best body of work to date. So I'm saying like his best project, his best album in his catalog. That's I wouldn't call it a stretch because it's definitely up there. I just have to listen to it Me personally, I don't like to. I like to listen to albums more than once, and it's weird. I like to listen to it like in two different versions. I like to listen to albums in headphones, and then I like to listen to albums like on a speaker. Because I feel like with headphones, you're listening more, and you can hear all the little production value, the little tiny stuff in the beats or the transitions or the bridges and the choruses, and then in speakers, you're just getting the bass, the 808s. You know what I'm saying? Like the null of it. So there's two different ways I like to listen to, and I like to go back. I like to revisit it, give it some time, give it a few days off, and then revisit it. And that's how I like to break down music, me personally. So I've done that, and it's definitely up there. It's definitely up there. Again, this is a conversation. I won't get like too crazy into it, but this is a conversation I would like to have with someone on, so we can actually talk about it, compare it, break it down, do all that. I think out of the four that I mentioned, if I had to rank them in order, well, the Pusha T album already came out, but I'm definitely looking forward to Kendrick's album the most. I think universally people are, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's been anticipating and been waiting for it, especially, I mean, you don't even have to be a crazy Kendrick fan, you know what I'm saying? I think just the world in general has been like waiting for, you know what I'm saying, for some new Kendrick. Because there's the unknowns, right? What is he going to talk about? And if you think about like all that stuff that's transpired between police brutality, defunding, COVID, murders, just elections, there's all the shit that's been going on. There has been no music from him. Besides that, the feature that he had with Baby Keem, what's it called? I forget the name of the song. But besides that one, he hasn't really came out and popped off with like much. You feel me? Like other than a few singles and a few features, that maybe with J Rock he had one. But I'm talking about like a specific album where he could like go into his wordplay and go into like album mode. So I think that's like the biggest what if factor and the anticipation for everything. So I'm definitely looking forward to that one as that top one. The Pusha T album, I already listened to that one. But surprisingly, maybe not too much surprisingly, but I'm actually looking forward to Jack Harlow's album too. Because you got to give him his credit, bro. He gets down. And his flow is there. The cadence is there. The rhymes are there. And, you know, he's one of the top ones out right now. So, you know, I definitely want to tap in and tune in to see what he's got going on. You know what I'm saying? Because the last two, I know the album, what the heck is, it's, I think, what's it called? Something One Is Better? Let me check. Because I know he had like a little small mixtape too. And that's what they all say. That's the album. And then Sweet Action. I want to say Sweet Action was like a mixtape. Me personally, I felt like that one. But that's what they all say. That's the album that he had. Both of those joints definitely has some fucking bangers on them. Definitely has some that slap and had like good playback. So, I mean, this one's got to be, it's got to come with something. You feel me? Like, so I don't think it'll disappoint. And Future, I put it at the fourth one. Not no diss anything with Future, but it's like, it's just that Future is already solidified. Future is definitely one of the GOATs when it comes to just like not traditional rap, not traditional hip hop, but just one of the most influential artists in the past decade, and especially in trap music and Southern music. Like, he's up there. You feel me? So he's already put out so much music that it's like you have your take a liter of the pick. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have so much options. You know what I'm saying? So, not that I'm not putting that number one. It's just that I can't put him over Kendrick's new album as far as anticipation. And like I said, that's no diss or anything like that. That's just the order that I ironically have him in, you know, because it's Future. It's gonna hit. You feel me? Like, we know for a fact it's not gonna hit. He can't miss. So that's how I would characterize them all. Anyway, yeah. So we're gonna keep this one short. We're gonna keep this one sweet, just like we do all the time for these solo ones. And we're going to be back to our regularly scheduled program next week. Now, before I go, though, I haven't done something in a minute. And it was something that I really enjoyed doing. And that was giving the quotes of the week. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I like to give these is because it's interesting who tunes in, right? The amount of people that it reaches, or the amount of people that reach back to me when they say they heard a specific part in the podcast where they heard one line that stuck with them or one line that hit. And I remember when I would do the quotes of the week, because sometimes it's like I do be forgetting about shit. I'm not going to lie. I have a good memory with a lot of random stuff, but I do be forgetting about a lot of shit. So I've known that I've, like, you know, unfortunately, my fault. I forgot about it a few times, but I'll play this one thing, and I forget which episode it was. I can't reference it, but I remember one episode I did talk about it, but I didn't play it necessarily. And I wanted y'all to hear it because I want to reiterate it. And I feel like it's perfect for what's these last few weeks. And it's perfect for something that, you know, you may be going through creatively. And it involves with slumps, blocks, and feeling stagnant. You know what I'm saying? So it's this. 1 second. Let me play this for you.
It's easy to get. Hell yeah. It's the easiest thing in the world to do. All right, man, I'm done. It's easy. It's very easy. But what's hard is going, yo, yesterday I got nothing from working as hard as I could. Nothing happened from that. I'm going to do the same thing again today, but I'm going to try to go harder. That's the hardest thing in the world. To get up every day and give 100% and be in the same position that you were each day, but mentally know that you're trying and trying and trying. That's a real grind.
So it hits better when he says it, right? When it's me, it's like, yeah, it's just coming from like whatever. I mean, it's just me. When you hear that coming from someone like Kevin Hart and his stature and his level of fame, forget about fame, I'll just say his level of professionalism, it makes you stop and be like, oh, damn. Even the most successful people we know also can go through the same exact feelings and the same exact thoughts that we might be having, right? Even the most successful people that we know also have those roadblocks, right? Because we tend to forget that everybody had a starting point, or everybody has a starting point. We just see the ups. We just see all the successfulness. But you forget about the 10 years in, the 10 years of shooting in the gym. Nobody documents that. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to play that because I felt like it was relevant for this week, for last week, and just an insight of what goes on a lot of the times, even in my own head. So if you also feel like that, replay that one, listen to it, and play it every morning or anytime you feel down. Play that one. Okay? Again, I appreciate you all. It's a journey. It's a long process, but we overcome, we adapt, and we adjust. Okay? We'll be back to normal next week and going forward after that. I promise y'all. Peace.